Everyone.
Hello.
All right. So today is our fourth class on Unreal Engine. So anybody who installed Unreal Engine and get stuck or yeah, go on.
We should bring our baseball bats and hit them hard if they have not yet installed Unreal Engine in the fourth class. Guys.
Yes, of course.
Okay, I want to see this guy is really working hard, and if you are not respecting, to be honest, this is the name of the game. If you are not serious with metaverse, you will regret it. Trust me, you will regret it. There are so many jobs out there for metaverse, they don't even find people. And it's a drag and drop thing. It's not even coding, right, Ahmed? I myself have tried learning when I started exploring the market. If you're not learning it, you will be behind. You will be behind, trust me. Okay, I want you guys to start writing how many of you have installed Unreal Engine so far. Let's see, let's be honest. Okay, meanwhile, give me 2 minutes. I'm trying to live stream. Ahmed, over to you.
Okay. Okay. Not installed video card, not supported. Not for. So Moise, which laptop do you have? So it works with the built-in Intel graphics card also. You don't need any RTX or GTX or any special graphics card for at this point of. Okay, we only two responses are installing but work slightly slow. Yeah, can you mention minimum requirements of a laptop? Minimum requirements is just like it has 8 GB RAM is enough, and i5 or i3 is also enough, and I think that's it. And built-in graphics card, either it's Intel or any other else. AMD A8. Moise, what is the error you are facing while installation of the software? Okay. So we are seeing very less responses. Okay. Excuse me. Latest version of Unreal Engine 4. Yes. You can go latest version of Unreal Engine 4, or you can try the beta version of Unreal Engine 5. That also work. It has some advanced features. Other than that, most of the things are same. The UI user interface is a little bit more advanced than the normal one. Okay, yeah. Okay. Should I start? If anyone works on material on from the last 2 lectures and get stuck or have some questions, we can address it right now, or otherwise we will proceed. Just message me if I'm going to proceed, or do you have any questions? Just message yes or no, anything like that. No question, no yes or no. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so in the last video, in the last class, which someone see the live session or someone um, see my video on the Facebook. Okay, so today is our podcast on Unreal Engine, and the last two lectures we are making materials, and covered the basic materials. Today we will be covering the landscape. Okay, how you can build your landscape on Unreal Engine. Um, first of all, let's create a new level. You can just click on the file and then click new level, and you can go with the default. Okay, this one. And 1 second, what happened here? All right. Okay, my screen is visible or not?
Yes, it is. No, not right now.
Okay. New level. Don't save. Okay, so we start from the let's first of all let's delete this plane. Okay, so I will be showing you some material today also, but we created that material which we are learning from the last two lectures, and we are going to use that material in the landscape. Okay, so what is landscape? So if you are playing any game or anything like that, uh, the environment, the whole environment where your character is the landscape. And you can easily create landscape in Unreal Engine. You just go here, and if you can see here, click onto the modes, and you see here the landscape. Okay, and you just click onto the landscape, and it will ends up this one, create new or import from file. Okay, so if someone created a landscape and you just want to import their landscape, you just click it here. Otherwise you create a new, because at this moment we are creating the new landscape. And here is the predefined properties of the landscape. Okay, I'm going to tell you what does it means. So first of all, this one is telling you the basic how your landscape look like, what are the dimensions, either what was the exact dimensions, and then the size. So this thing, if I'm going to 7 by 7, you can see this will change here. Okay, and it will basically change the size of your landscape. If I'm going to 15 by 15, it will change, and 16. And for if you don't have any good graphics card, laptop or computer, then you go with the small quadrats. And then once you learn this thing, then you can of course expand that particular landscape. Okay, then you can see the resolution. You can also change the value of that. Okay, and just you have to just click onto the create. So once you click onto the create, your landscape is formed. Okay, and if you want to go in the landscape, you can just click it here, and then you can just play. Okay, once you play it, you see you are in the landscape, although it is looking not very good in the landscape, but you will see the character is running everything, because we are using the third person game. Okay, at this moment you are seeing the landscape is not colored, or it's just black color. So because we cannot put the material onto the landscape at this moment, so once we created the material and we are going to use that material into the landscape, then it's visible. We can change the height or depth of particular landscape. Okay, all the stuff we can do this thing. Okay, once you are working with the landscape, you see this one, the manage. It will tell you all the related properties to your landscape, the sculpt. It will show you how you want your landscape to be formed. Okay, if you want to move upward or downward, something like that, you can do it here. Okay. And how you are going to paint, you are basically, once we are creating the material, all the list of that particular materials is listed in the left side, and we are going to paint that material from here. And similarly, if you can see, click onto the mod, you will see landscape. After the, this is the foliage. So if you want to put the trees or bushes or something like that related to leaves, you can click it here, and then you can just select, drag and drop the foliage. Okay, so don't worry about this thing. I'm just telling you the overview of what we are going to cover in today's class. Okay, so at this moment, do you have any question, or like any question, or we can proceed? Because if I'm going to show you, first of all, let me delete this one, the landscape. Click it and then delete this one, and then let's again created the landscape modes, and then the landscape. Okay, so if you can see here in the material section, here is the option, you can select that material, and basically we are going to create this material, and we are going to use this material, and where this material ends up. So if you can see here, into the paint, you will see this one, the dirt. So this material which we are created there shows up here. Okay, so let's go and first of all create that material which we are going to use in our landscape. All right, so first of all, let me delete this again, delete this landscape, and delete this one. Okay, so at this moment, anyone have any question? First of all, uh, why we are going to create, okay, why we are going to create material? Do you know why we are going to create material? Any, just say yes or no. Why we are going to create material for landscape, to use our custom material? Yes, exactly. Basically, the material we are going to create, we are going to use same material into the landscape. So for example, we are going to use the grass, we can use the grass material. We are going to use dust, we can create the dust material here. Any material you can create, all the materials is listed there, you can use it anywhere in the landscape. Usra, do you understand like why we are going to create the material for our landscape? Yes. Okay, anyone else, um, why we are going to create the material, or you understand landscape? First of all, what is landscape, from where it comes? Here it comes landscape. And what is foliage? Foliage is used for, if you are going, yes, landscape is like, um yes, you can say. I will show you in a minute, okay, how we can create. First of all, let's create the material we are going to use in the landscape. Okay, so I'm just going to create a new folder, landscape material. Okay, one more thing I want to show you here is the epic game launcher. Okay, so is epic game launcher is visible to everyone? If yes, just message. Yes, okay. So if you can see here, this is the first thing we see into the first class in Unreal Engine. Okay, so this is the marketplace. Okay, in the marketplace, lot of persons like us created 3D scenes or created 3D models and place it there. Some are free, some are paid, and you can add those um, the assets into your project. Okay, so for example, just click onto the marketplace. Okay, and if you can see in the marketplace, I think it's taking a little bit time. If you can see here, um I already, I think, uh, download it. So these are all the assets you can add into your Unreal Engine project. Some are paid, you can see here $59. Some are paid and some are free. You can see here the free version. You can see all the free assets available here. For example, if you can see this is available for free, this one is free. And what we are searching it here, we are basically searching gross infinity. Why the spelling is not infinity gross? Okay, so if you can see here, this one infinity blade grassland. Okay, so this one is used for some kind of piece, some kind of materials is already present there. We are going to use in this class. So how you can add this thing into, it is free. How you can add this um, scene or the assets present in this to your project. You just click onto the add to the project. Okay, add to a project, and then you just select in which project do you want. So we want in the class one, you click onto the class one and then add to the project. Okay, once you add it up here, okay, once you add it up there, you will see something like, if you can see here, the infinity blade grassland. This folder is comes from the marketplace of the Unreal Engine. If you can open it up, you will see environments. You can see this one, surface. If you can see here, maps. This one is the map. Okay, this one is also the uh, the default map. It takes a little bit time to render that map. This is nothing like, this is nothing just like it is also a landscape. Okay, and if you can see here, environments, earth, material. So these are all the materials which are present inside that. Okay, the starter pack. Okay, so do you so marketplace is to get pre-made models? Yes, exactly. Pre-made models, pre-made already coded materials. Some are free, some are paid. Okay, you can this is also an option for you. If you are interested in materials, get more hands-on on materials on Unreal Engine, or if you today I'm going to show you the landscape. If you love to make different landscapes. Okay, so I'm telling you a story here in Islamabad. There is a company which takes pictures of real landscapes in on from the northern areas. Okay, and then it takes a 2D map, or you can say the texture, and they import it into the Unreal Engine. Okay, and then they create the landscape. And recently their company, I think, is bought by Epic Game Engine or any other company, and you can do anything like that. Okay, um, let's get back to the material. If you can open it up any material, if you can open it up any material, you can see that this is the same material we are going to cover the couple of last lectures. This texture sample is a normal. If you want to make up two different colors, you can use the lerp. Okay, if you can, this is the simple nodes. We're putting the simple grass value. This one is for if you want to move the material like a wind. You can use this thing. Okay, so these are all the same thing we are learning from the last two lectures materials. Okay, so at this moment, do you understand a little bit about the marketplace, the landscape, the foliage, and the materials? Just say yes or no, then we will proceed. Yes, okay. Thank you, Naveed, for what is foliage? Okay, foliage is anything considered related to trees or branches or related to forest, something like that. They are considered as a foliage in Unreal Engine. We are going to create that. Or this is the tree. You are seeing this tree. We are okay. If we make something there, we can sell them in marketplace. Yes, of course. You can sell them there. Because it's simply like a play store. In the play store you can install the apps which are in Accredited, or you can, there are some free apps. So just like marketplace, anyone can put an app into Play Store and anyone can buy an app from Play Store. Okay, so now you understand what is foliage, what is landscape, what is marketplace in Unreal Engine, how you can add anything from marketplace into your project in Unreal Engine. Okay, yes. Okay, any other one? Anyone have any question? Otherwise, we will proceed. Just say yes or no if you have any question, or no question. Okay. Okay. Proceed. Okay. If you can see here, you are seeing the shaders compiling. If you are seeing your scene, or your landscape, or your material, it's just like a black box, then you see, then there must be some kind of shaders compiling. Okay. Okay. And one more thing, you can also create this landscape. You just make an exe file from here, right? Click into here, and then you can package project. Okay, package the project, and then if you are going to Android, and then click it here, this will create the same exe, okay, or exe file for your mobile phone. You just download this, or you copy into your mobile phone. You can install just like your normal mobile apps. Okay, so if you can create anything like that in the Unreal Engine and you want to show someone, you can just send the APK file of that Unreal Engine, and then it will install in their mobile phones and open it up just like normal apps, and it will show that particular person the rendering all the things. So you don't have to be taking a screenshot or something like that. So do you understand this point also? You can, once you created the landscape, you can share it with anyone else. It will create a package like the APK file. Similarly, like your, can we control a character of Unreal Engine just like a game or just a pro? No. You can create it. You can create um, anything, any control. Even when I'm going to show you that tomorrow, the upcoming class is on animation, and the next upcoming class is on how you can control your character. Okay, you can make it anything like that. Okay, because I work a lot on Unreal Engine. It's free, totally free. There is a limit in Unreal Engine. For example, if you I think if you can make more than $1 million in 1 year, then you can pay a little, a very small amount. Otherwise, everything is free. Similar like Unity. Unity is also free. Okay. Can I proceed further? Do you understand like what is file, package, project, and Android or iOS? You can package any anything, like it will create an exe file. Can I go further? So do you understand what is landscape, what is foliage, what is package, project, how to add project, the marketplace, the foliage. Okay, let's move further. Let's create it our material. Okay, so for landscape material, and let's create a new material. You can say new landscape material, and once we open it up, you can see the same node. Okay, this is a big node. Each project is for testing app or for any platform. Can you tell how the export any project company? Yes, you can. Basically, once you are click onto the export, it will ask you which level you want to export. If you want to export the particular level, you can export the particular level. Or if you want to export the whole, for example, you created the 6 different levels. One is connected to the other level, the other one is next level. You can create it here, and once you create it, you can export it all the 6 levels and open it up just like normal app in your mobile phone. You can also export as individual components also. Do you understand, Moise? For sharing in other, yes, of course. If you want to share any other, you can just make it a zip. Okay? Just copy the files and share it. That's okay. But if you want something like that, for example, let me how I can show you just the normal exe file. For example, if you want to install the VLC media player in your laptop, so you can do this. You can just download the exe file of the VLC. You can open it up and you can install it. Right. The other option is you copy the installed version and then share it. Okay. When you package the file, it will include all the required or the used materials into your project, and then bundle it up and then deliver it to you. Moise, do you understand? Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's create it here, and we are going to say we are going to add dust, let's say, and nothing here. Content. Click onto the content, and then no dust. Let's search ice. If you can see here, uh, let's put it up. This one. Okay, you can see here. Let me make it a little bit here. If you can see this one, this is for normal. The N is for normal, the end N. Okay? And the other one is for D is for a diffuse color. Okay. And okay, generic. Okay, diffuse and normal. First of all, let's click this one and drag and then drop it here. Okay, and how you can connect with this one. Okay, basically, first of all, you need a, you can say, a blend. You can do this thing. Blend is something I showed you earlier. In the landscape, you are going to see a lot of different materials present. Okay, how we can get these materials from here to there? We are going to use the blend. Okay? And then the blend coordinate. Once we use that, the materials from here showed up there, we can use into the landscape. If you can search here, landscape, so you can see here in the landscape you have this one, the landscape layer blend mode and landscape coordinate. Let's first drag and drop it here, and this one also drag and drop it here. Okay, this one, the landscape coordinate is used for this one, the UVs. Okay, the UVs, I told you how your texture is near to each other. This is controlled by the UVs. Okay, UV tiling, and this layer is used to join multiple textures. So if you can see here, at this moment we only have one, But after some time, if we are going to add 2 or 3 different textures, okay, we can add it into this one. But if you can see here, we are not seeing anything into input node. How you can create it? If you can see here in the layers, you can see 0. If you can click onto the plus one, you can see here the layer. You can just expand it and let's say write it name to ice, because anything you can write it here. You can write, and then you can if you want to make this into a weight blend mode, it will use a weight blended, or if you want to make it a height, because when we are going to use into the landscape, there is a height factor involved in this. We are going to use the height maps. Then you are going to just simply this one into the layer, and this one, the alpha is into this height. It will determine what was the height of your material, and then you can just click onto the base model, base color. Once you click it, you can control this one into your UVs. Okay, and if you can see here, this is the diffuse color. You want a normal of that, you are just drag and then drop it here. Okay, and then just hover it and then click it into the hair, okay, and just copy it and then paste it here, and again the same thing, this one, and this into the normal. Okay, so what it does, it will create the fake dampness into the same material which we are using it here. Sorry, basically I'm sometimes interchangingly using the texture and the material. The texture is, I already told you, is the 2D. We are going to use the texture to create the material. Okay, so this is for normals, to make it a little bit, fake into the even we are going to create the material, we are putting a fake dampness from here. Okay, at this moment, if this workflow is fine to you, you can message. If not, I will explain it. Just send me a message if you don't understand, then I will explain it again. Or if you understand, then we will continue. Okay, so please repeat landscape coordinate. Okay, so the landscape coordinate is just for to control, like for how I can tell you, how I can tell you, the circle or something like texture. Okay, if I'm going to open it up, you see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bricks in a row. If you want to make something 7 bricks in a row or 8 bricks in a row, then we are using the coordinates, the texture coordinates. Okay, from here it will tell you what was your texture coordinate looks like. Like that. How far is it? So at this moment we are not changing any of this one, we are just making it 0 and 0. It means the default value. We're not changing these values. Yusra, do you understand? What does it mean? Okay. 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 Can anybody help me out? For example, this is just only for adding the ice into the landscape, adding the ice material. What if I want to add, you can say, if I want to add, what I can say, dust, not dust, rock. Okay, and let's filter it out in the textures. Okay, how we can add this one, and what is the difference between base color and normal, and why we are connecting same landscape coordinate with both? Because we are just inputting the same value to texture simple and the normal. You can do it also into separate. So for example, you can make it something like that. and to this one, that also works fine. But because the thing is, why we are not going to do this thing, because at the end our landscape is one. Landscape coordinate is mandatory. I think you can, I think yes, because the reason is you can also, you can hit and try. If you can just use it without coordinates, you can use it. If it shows you an error, then you understand that the coordinate must required in order to create the landscape. And what is normal? Normal is for creating the fake depthness. If you can see in Unreal Engine or anything else where you have textures to create materials, then you must have its base color or it's the normal color and its fake depthness. So do you understand like what does it means? By depthness you mean shades? Not really, not shades. Let me show you what does it means. Let me share my screen. And if you can see here, normal and base textures images. Okay, if you can see here, if this image is only have a static color or the base color, you cannot see this depthness. This one, it looks like a little bit more shadow. It's for fake depth, or you can say making it irregular surface. How I can tell you more? Yeah, if you can see here, you are saying like it's looking like a real material. Okay, it's looking like a real material, but because we are going to use the normals, normal means a fake depthness. Okay, and if you cannot use the normal, you can see you end up with something like this white box. So do you understand like why we use normals? That's why we use the base color and the normal. And if you can see, we are getting the fake depthness. Okay, it's like unevenness on texture. Yes, of course. It's like unevenness on of course. Okay. So similarly, we adding up one ice layer, and let's say we want to add something else we want to use into our landscape creation. Okay, let's add the rock. Okay, just click it here. Okay, drag and okay, drag and drop it here, and then the same thing, you can just click it here and click into this one. And if you want to add anything else or any else color, you can just click it here, plus sign, and this is the first one. Okay, this index, just click it here. We're going to use this one, no, what is called the rock. Okay, the rock, and then we are going to use the height. So because we are interested in the height also in the map, connected from here, this one. Okay, and similarly with this one, we are going to add one here. Okay, and then rock, and then height land, and again we are going to pick and drag and drop the normal one, and again drag and drop it here, and drag and drop it here, and drag and drop it here. Okay, so something like this. We are just a little bit more. Okay, so do you understand, like at this moment, like what this blueprint is going? Okay. Any at this moment, everything is clear. We're going to use only two. You can add 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Any number of materials you can create it here. You can then use that material into the landscape. Okay. At this moment, do you understand, like, or do you have any question? We can discuss. Just say yes or no if you don't have any question. Hmm. Here, okay. So let's save this one. No question. Okay, let's save this one. If you can see here in the material, you see new landscape material. Okay, we are going to use that, and how you can just click it here. Okay, so let's go to the mods and then click onto the landscape, and then we are going to create new. And what's our material name? You can just search it. Why it is not here? Landscape. Okay, new landscape material. Okay, this material we created, right? And then you just click into the create. Okay, once you create it, okay, you go into the paint. You can see here this one, the ice and the rock which you created here. This one, the ice and the rock. You got it. How we can get that nodes from here to the landscape? If answer is yes, then just message yes. Otherwise, just say no. We can see. Yes, Khan Wali, do you understand how we can? No, sir, please repeat. Okay, so I just created the new landscape, and once I create a new landscape, I go to the paint, and paint you can see here the ice and rock which we created here, because we give the reference to that material. Do you understand, like how we get this ice and rock here? If not understand, I will repeat. But how did? Okay, okay. Let me show you again. So let me delete this landscape. Okay, go to the mode, go to the landscape. Once we're in the landscape, here if you can see the material, we search it here. If you can see here, the name of the material is new landscape material. Search it, new landscape material. Once you click it here, this new landscape material is here. Then you just click it create. Once you create it, you will see this manual, this new manual. Okay, you go to the paint, and inside the paint you see in the left side ice and rock. Now you understand how we get that material from here. Yes, okay, great. Okay, how we can use this thing? If you can see here, yes, okay, thank you, Jawad, Khanwali, and Yusra. Okay, the next thing, how we can put it here, you can click it plus this one, you can just click it okay. If you can see here now, instead of none, you can see ice layer info, and similarly you can do this step. Okay, so what does it means? You can create the layer info before you are going to use into your landscape. Okay. Once you created this one, how you can use this thing? You can just click it here. Okay, and if you can see here, you can just paint it into your sculpt. Okay, the value is very. Let me make it a little bit more smooth, make a little bit more radius and a little bit more strength. Okay, you can see here, I just click, drag and drop. You can see this is the landscape. Okay, let me make it a little, because its circle is very, okay, and make it a little bit more. Yes, I just click and this one. If you want to make a make a contour into the inwards, you can just click onto the shift and then click. You can see into the inward instead of outward. Do you? We are not using any color now because we are only like just changing our landscape. Like you can make it a little bit, contours. This one, this one, this one. If you make it into the inner words, you can just click it shift and then downwards it will create the downward. So do you understand? So this way, something like this, you will create a the water layer, and inside there you can, water is flowing, something like that. Do you understand till now how we are doing this thing? Yes. Okay, good. How we are going to paint this thing, you can see into the similar way. If you can see here in the paint, okay, and into the paint, because we selected this one, all the paint is there. Okay, if we are going to select the rock and then put it here, you just drag and drop, you can see once the shader is compiled, you will see this rock color into here. Okay, let's wait a little bit. So if you can see here, the shaders compiling 28. So we shape it and add materials to it. Yes, of course. First we shape the whole landscape, how our landscape looks like, and then we put the different materials which we are building it into here. You can add as many materials as want into here, like 10, 20, 30, 40. You can just click it here, plus. It will add up all the materials, and once you add all the materials, you can use it. Here's something like similar like that ice and rock. Okay, if you can see here into this one, you see this rock into this side. Okay, now let how we can see this thing into more fun, into more generic way. You can just click it here and then play. Once you click onto the play, you will see a character, something like this. You see, you can go. So here we paint the rock. You see the color, instead of red you see the rocky material. You can create, you can add, you see all the darkness, our character stuck there. Okay, you see this one. Okay. uh, do you understand now? Do you understand till now, or do you have any question? Okay, first of all, what was your feeling? What was your feeling when you see the landscape? Because when I learn landscape, I feel very good, because it showed you a little bit more related to metaverse, how in the metaverse landscapes and things are made. All the cities you see inside the game is the landscape, build onto the landscape. This is the base of everything, like inside the game. It's like achieving something. Yes, of course. Yes, I remember all the physics of our landscape, like gravity, force, are already there by default. Of course, yes, you can add it up. So, for example, you put a material there. You want to pass through your character. You want to pass through your character. You can add that functionality there. All the physics principles applicable here. All the physics principles, gravity, force, pushing downwards, It's amazing work on the principles of science. Of course. That's the most good thing of engines. It's all depends on your physics, on your chemistry, everything like that. Like the basics are the same in everywhere. Hey, you can, okay, if you can see here, sir, will we learn character lip sync for metaverse? Okay, Moise, the thing is the course is designed for 8 weeks. We are like in today's the 4th week. Next week is for the animation, how you can animate anything, and I will show you my student previous animation. Once he learned from it, he is from Malaysia. Okay, he runs a virtual property selling website. So you once you learn the basics, you just go on YouTube or you just go on any any like software video lectures. You can because you can see the materials. I told you the material. There is a whole section on the materials available. They are offered by Unreal Engine. If you can see the animation, the whole animations are presented by Unreal Engine. You can see the automotive characters. All these things are vast thing. Okay, so for example, in your early age, you study history, you study physics, you study math. You can go with the math, you can go with physics, you can go with chemistry. Similar like this. Once you learn the materials, you can go in the materials domain. If you are good in animations, you can go with the animations. If you go with good with the assets for building, you can go with the assets. If you are going to with the character animation, you go with the character animation. It's totally up to you. I'm just giving you a sir, can we do freelancing with Unreal Engine like on a Fiverr? Of course you can do. In my experience, because earlier I am doing freelancing on most of the time. I did freelancing on backend development, Django or React, React for front end, backend for Django or Flask. Like realistic face expression in EVA in Unity, it is available in. Yes, Unity is also good. I use Unity for like 6 months and 1 year. It's very good, Unity. But thing is, if you compare the scenes of Unreal Engine and Unity, Unreal Engine still in the leads in the market. But the thing is, in Unity, you are going to use the coding in C#. Here you have blueprints. Blueprints are, most of the people are more comfortable with blueprints, and most people are comfortable with C# language. So it's totally person to person. But you can go anywhere from here, because I'm going to show you how you can use the user interface, like how you can just click on to play, pause, how you can something like that. Okay, Moise, do you understand? In freelancing, yes, of course, because today's freelancing, like in due to the announcement of MetaVerse and stuff like that, like NFTs or blockchains, cryptocurrencies, like things are getting very crazy in the virtual world. And also the Facebook and the Microsoft also competing with each other. Of course, there will be a huge, we will see a huge, shift of jobs marketplace. In how much time would it take to make a simpler basic game or any system of virtual? Okay, Muhammad, you it totally depends on person to person, to be honest, because someone is very good with something and someone and on the other hand is a little bit not very superb in this particular field. But I would say it takes, if you can see the perfection, the minor details you learn, it will take a little bit more time than usual. But the very simple stuff or the very basic stuff, you can say it will take maybe 1 month or 2 months, not more than that. But I would suggest, don't do it individual. I would say make a team of 2 to 3 or 4 people, then build a project. Because once you are in the team, chances of success is very high. If you are an individual person, then the chance of success is very low, because in the middle of somewhere you lose your interest, or you left this thing. Okay, let's get back to one more thing, the foliage. Okay, so okay, no, thank you. Now you understand how you can place okay, now the last thing, you can see how we can, okay, you can put any light. So for example, you want to put a light here into this one, point light, or you can say you can put anything like that. Okay, and now let's move to the foliage. Okay, how you can put it here, the foliage, it's very simple. Just you can say the tree, because we already added the infinite grass blade. It will comes up with this tree. Okay, if I'm going to open it up, you can see this one. How's your feeling related to this tree? It looks like a little bit more tree, right? If I'm going to here, and if just drag and drop it here, okay, and you can see here, if I'm going, first of all, let's make a little bit smaller the paint size, instead of this one. Okay, 0.25. Okay, if I'm going to click it here, paint, no, it's not painting, 0.25. Why it's not painting? Okay, landscape, and then paint, and then okay, again, let's go to the foliage, and okay, let's play it while, let's see what why you can see here. You can see a tree there. Okay, but why it's not? Okay, let's see how we can do this thing. Let's drag and drop. Okay, let's make a treat here. Okay, what happened here? Um, is my screen is visible? Yes. Okay. Why we? Okay, let's click into the paint. Okay, it's very, you can say, okay, one. one, the one. If you can, if I'm going to click it here, you can see this thing is from placing from here to here. If you can click it here, you can see this thing, this one, okay, this one here, this one here. Okay, and if you can see here, you see a little bit, dark area because the shaders is going to compile. Okay, and I will going to share the document of this one, how you can um, go and practice of landscapes in Unreal Engine. Okay, one more thing I want to show. If you want to delete something, this will tell you how much this particular foliage is present in the scene. This is the 6, this is a 9, this is a 9. Okay, you can click this one, enable or disable. Okay, and if you want to delete something, for example, you want to delete that this from here, you don't want to delete the both of them, you can just click it, so it will not select this, and then click the shift button, and then drag it. So once you drag it, okay, you can see it's the erase is going to select, and or you can select the erase, and you can single or something like this. You can uh, erase your, something went wrong with this one, why it's but you can erase particular things from here. I think the shaders are compiling, maybe that's why. Once the, okay, what's the, can we replace the foliage with another? Yes, of course, will it change them on the landscape? Yes, you can change, you can add any times any foliage, and let's say first let's go to the play. You can see all the foliage, your trees, your bushes is present, something like that. And there is a whole science related to trees. You can do with the one-sided leaves, because if you can see, most of the time the character did not go on the top, instead it will see the very front size of front see of the scene. Okay, now if you can see, now there is no shader is present. Now you can click and play, it will be more realistic, instead of just so you will see. And to be honest, let me share you can see here how it will looks like real in the world, like the framing of the trees. It's just like materials, nothing fancy. The materials having the wind, it will rotate like a material. So now you understand like how you can use the foliage, what is the landscape, you can change the landscape. Do we have to use Blender to create assets, or we can do it in Unreal Engine as well? Okay, you can create in Blender or 3ds Max. Most of the time I use Blender or 3ds Max, but because in Blender or 3ds Max you have a vertex level, or the, you can say, the coordinate level uh, changes you can do in Blender or in 3ds Max. Okay, but here you can import it, and then you can use it. Here you can only do a little bit, tweak, a little bit. For example, if you want to create your own tree, you can create, not, you are not going to create it here, you can create in Blender or 3ds Max, then you are going to import it here. So do you understand? Okay, all right. So what was your feedback about today's class? Like, do you understand like how we are moving one step further, or do you have any question from the, it was good, thank you. Do you have any question related to to be honest, today's class and the upcoming class, which is in the animation, and the next one is in the also the UI and animation, is my favorite classes, because in the very first class, the minimum requirement for Unreal Engine 4, I would say just the RAM. I think that 8 GB RAM. And one more thing, if you don't want to, if you cannot pay, for example, if you can click it here and don't click onto this one, the pay button, then even you don't need graphics card. And we add things like air, of course, you can add like air, anything like the air cloud. For example, let's say we want to, change the color of the sky. How you can see how we can do this thing? It's very easy. You can just click it here, the sky. Okay, this one. Why we are not? Okay, you can change the color of the sky. You can change the fog. Okay, you can see here how this was. If you can see here, this is also building it here. We can make something like this also, but why we are not going to select this one? I think to the select one or into the select, and then for example, if you want to change the skylight, and you can change it from like here to green. Okay, you can change it. All right, and skylight, if you instead of white you want to use a red color, you can change it. Okay, and it will, you can see in here a blue or red light. Okay, and then play it. Like it's strange, the color is not changing, but you can change it from here. You can skylight or sky sphere, point light, source, light source, you can change it. So you want to change it, this one. Yes, you can see now when we are going to change this one, the light, for example, if we are going to greenish, you can see here the light we are seeing is greenish. You can see light is greenish. You can make, it's totally 100% customizable. Okay, it's not like the case or anything like not customizable. Everything is customizable. You can do it. Sir, will you teach us Blender or 3ds Max? Yes, I worked a lot on 3ds Max and also in Blender. I created a whole communication set in Blender, and also in 3ds Max. I did a lot of architecture point of view. I did a lot of things, but for this course I would say the new adoption of the technology is here. How you can build it, but when you are going to learn, you can go onto the YouTube, you can learn the Blender, you can learn the 3ds Max. If you stuck at some point, just message me on Telegram in the group. I will definitely respond, and I will tell you how you can escape. There is nothing very you can say anything hard in 3ds Max or Blender. It's very simple. You have a cube in the 3D. You just and only two things I would say we are going to use most of the time. One thing is a cube. Once you have the cube, and then you extrude. You can extrude, then extrude, and then invert extrude. That's it. You can create most of the things from there. Your system specs. System specs is, I think, i7 7th generation, and yeah, i7 7th generation. Nothing like fancy, because I have other laptop fancy, but the thing is, I can show you, but this laptop has the graphics card. I don't know if it's visible or not. I think it's not visible. This is from this will have the graphics card, but the image is not installed on that particular machine. Okay, any other questions till now into the sir? Why did you decide to move from React Django to Unreal Engine? Is that is development market more? And okay, so I'm not switching. I'm not switching anything React Django to Unreal Engine. But I'm telling you the both aspects, because if you can see the market demand into the last 1 year, the Django and React is very popular. But there is the shift of, you can say, the NFTs. When you're looking at NFTs, the digital art or the music or digital things, things are so, get quicker, or we are into the market. That's why. One more thing, I'm not individual person working on technology. I have a team. Mostly I have 6 7 people. So most of the time interchangeably work. So I'm not saying like I forget the React components and all the stuff that, or the Django, the backend development, or the asynchronous. I'm not like going to forget this one also. But we are, we are going to be a little bit more all-rounder and accept new technologies instead of just sticking to one. Because when someone is going to tell you, do you know about gaming engines? Do you know about web development? Do you know about Android development or cross application development? If you don't know, you things like an outsider. So to remain in the market, you have to be learning something. Okay, so I think that's it from my side. From today. Sir, how did you learn Unreal Engine after 10 years? Okay, I don't think so. It's a lot of time, because the things are very similar. Just a little bit, more UI or the interactive, I would say, instead of just text into the web development. Not too much. I think 2 to 3 months. Okay. Okay. So yeah, thank you. Okay. So I think that's it from my side for today's class. I just want to say, this practice. Okay, this and your work on Telegram will see related to any material. You can create any material. You can create any landscape. Make a little bit, go on YouTube. Okay, go on YouTube. Search any landscape, beautiful landscape. Just copy and paste into your scene. Similar. Okay, because once you follow the steps, once you make the scene, you learn a lot. You know the foliage, you learn the landscape, you learn how to create your material, you learn you know with most of the things we covered in this class related to landscape. So once you follow, or I'm going to share my document also, which I created. Okay, and you go one more, for the step. So I think that will be more good. um okay, so let me stop sharing my screen, and or if anyone, just send a feedback, what was your learning from this class, and we will continue. Next today's section was more informative. Okay, Amir, I did not see any response throughout the session, but if you think that's a very good thing, because most of the time I think the user is more involved in the tech stuff. Khan Wali is good for the last 2 to 3 videos. I think the user is in the lead to every other person. Yeah, also a little bit more question. That's very good. The upcoming class is on animation. We will learn how you can animate simple things. I will show you. I will be sharing in today or tomorrow the animation which is created by my student who is from Malaysia, and he created the animation, and he shared with me, and I said it was very good. Okay, so you will be getting your animations and will be sharing with me. Okay, so over to you, Farid.